Have you ever noticed how often you are dragged around by your own mind? One minute you're trying to focus, and the next you're spiraling into a frustrating memory or a sudden wave of anxiety, completely out of your own control. Ancient yogic traditions recognized this endless loop, and they mapped out a specific solution. They called it Turiya, the fourth state of consciousness. It is the witnessing state, the exact point where you stop reacting to your thoughts and begin consciously observing them. By the end of this video, you will have a precise daily routine of mental and physical actions to command your attention. We will also run through a live exercise to neutralize any negative emotion you are feeling right now. To prepare, grab your phone. You will need it to set a timer shortly. I also want you to bring to mind one specific current stressor in your life that you want to resolve. Breaking free some negative momentum requires a mechanical interruption of the brain's default operating system. Human attention is constantly pulled between two domains. First is the outer screen, your physical environment and everything happening around you. Second is the inner screen, your internal thoughts, fears, and feelings. The witness state exists in the exact overlap right here, where you can observe both without being absorbed by either. When you encounter stress, your focus typically gets trapped entirely within one of these screens. You either obsess over an external problem you can't fix, or you retreat inward and get locked into a spiral of anxiety, losing total control of your reactions. Step 1 to breaking this trap is internal centering. You force your brain out of its reactive state by asking 3 specific questions. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Do not just answer these on autopilot. The objective is to pause and genuinely observe your physical environment and your current mental activity, as if you were an outsider looking in. Step 2 is bodily centering. Once every hour, you must commit to doing 10 reps of any bodyweight exercise, like push-ups or squats. Physical movement biologically breaks your psychological state. One options trader I worked with used this exact method to walk away from his charts every hour, moving his body to physically interrupt the buildup of frustration before he could make a bad trade. Combining this mental inquiry with a sudden burst of physical movement shifts you from being a trapped character in a story to the witness observing it. Once you are centered, you will face real-world problems. Think of these obstacles as spontaneous energy structures, often called pendulums. They feed off of human attention and fear, gaining momentum the more you engage with them emotionally. We unconsciously feed these pendulums because our psychology is wired for it. As psychologist Abraham Maslow mapped out, humans have a deep biological need for uncertainty and excitement. This dynamic, which Tony Robbins popularizes as the tension between certainty and uncertainty, causes us to seek out conflict.
Because of it, we artificially inflate the importance of daily obstacles, creating an emotional weight that makes them more difficult to resolve. The rule is simple. Whenever a roadblock appears, you must actively lower the emotional meaning you assign to it. Do not put the problem on a pedestal. Approach unexpected issues dispassionately. Whether it is an unexpected bill or a sudden failure at work, just put one foot in front of the other and deal with the logistics without feeding the situation a single ounce of panic. Starving the problem of emotional energy allows the pendulum of that situation to swing to a halt. When the emotional charge is gone, a practical path forward typically becomes visible. Now let's put this into practice. Bring that specific stressful problem you identified earlier to the very top of your mind. We're going to start by focusing. Pinpoint exactly where that stress lives physically in your body. Fully immerse yourself in how frustrating, angering, or scary that problem feels right now. Let the tension surface. Now immediately look away and find a completely neutral physical object in the room with you. Stare at it. Intensely observe its simple physical traits, the color, the shape, the texture. Notice how neutral you feel in this exact second. Snap your attention back. Feel that negative internal tension in your body again. Now pull your focus back to the neutral physical object. Look at its shape. Rest in that neutrality. One more time. Go back to the negative feeling, and back to the neutral object. This rapid shifting acts precisely like a pressure release valve. Every time you change channels, the negative emotion is forced to surrender a fraction of its grip, bleeding off the energy it uses to sustain itself. By intentionally dictating where your focus goes,
You have proven that you have power over the feeling. You neutralize its ability to dictate your actions. Take a moment to audit your current state. Observe if the initial problem you brought up feels any different, or if your reaction to it has become more objective. Here is your challenge. Take out your smartphone right now and set a recurring hourly alarm for your waking hours. Every single time that alarm sounds, you must pause, ask yourself the 3 centering questions, and complete 10 physical reps of an exercise. You are consciously resetting your attention throughout the entire day. Commit to this publicly in the comment section below. Create your own thread and use it as your daily accountability log for 30 days. Once you successfully master this routine, emptying your mind of reactive chaos and holding the witness state, you reach the final requirement. You must learn to consciously build the exact reality you desire. That step relies on a process called identity shifting. Click the video on your screen right now to learn how to redefine your character to better reflect the results you want to see.